Is it a tinge concerning that Mattel is celebrating the 100th anniversary of Disney way more than they celebrated the 10th and 15th anniversaries of the first Cars movie combined? Yeah. Am I still super excited for these? Well, yeah, so it's quite the weird dynamic, I have to say. We'll get into it later, but you guys remember they did the racing reds for the 15th anniversary for Cars and that gold McQueen that I have right here. Even though they didn't mark anywhere on those packagings that it was for the anniversary, we just all kind of assumed because they were special. But yeah, this is clearly marked for the Disney 100th anniversary. That's right, the company was founded way back in 1923 with Steamboat Willie, I think Oswald the Lucky Rabbit as well. So very cool. Obviously, I love Disney, love going to the park. So these are special to me beyond just a Cars level. Like if I was just a Disney fan, this would be something that I'd be interested in purchasing. And so yeah, guys, this is not an unboxing video. We are going to take a look at all of them, talk about them, examine their packagings, and you guys might be saying, here you go again, Mr. Docketer, dragging out. No! There is a lot of important information and tidbits that we're going to get into in this video, and I want to give each of these their due attention. They're awesome, and they deserve to be reviewed in their own videos. Otherwise, they'd get overshadowed by each other. You know, people would skip out. Flo would be at the end of the video. No one would see her. Plus, I literally have like 7 McQueens here that I want to compare this McQueen to. I mean, look at all these guys. Customs, you know, there's a silver Sally you guys probably have never seen. I have a chrome Mater, like, hey, this looks almost identical to that. That's the kind of stuff that I want to do in each of their videos. Hey, have you guys seen this? Yeah, so a lot of you guys probably don't even know what's going to happen in the reviews because, you know, I mean, look at this too. Have you guys seen that? Yeah, so lots of good stuff to come, and I'm going to dive right into the reviews of these. I'm not going to waste any time. In the next couple of days, these reviews will start to come out, but Claire Gunz'er will be first on Tuesday. Just wanted to get her out of the way. Plus, I actually really like her. So she'll be on Tuesday, and then after that, it'll be all of these with an exception, a little break period for some case reveals. The next 2-pack case and the next mini singles case will be revealed next weekend. And I know this is kind of becoming an announcement video, but some good stuff, guys. Like, stay tuned on the channel. It's a good time to be here on the Mr. Docketer channel. All right, so let's get into these. These all came out of 2023 singles case F. I'll leave the link for that unboxing in the description below, and card suggestion pop up in the top right-hand corner. 5 of these will be available in a 5-pack. Now, 5-packs are generally exclusive to Walmart stores in the USA. However, GetMeCollecitlbes, who I suggest you checking out, link is in the description below, along with his email address, he will also be getting that 5-pack. So if you live outside the US and don't have access to Walmart or whatever, you can get it from him. So it's not a full-on Walmart exclusive. However, what is not going to be in that 5-pack is fabulous Hudson Hornet, aka Doc here. I don't know why they chose to screw him, but they did decide to exclude him from the 5-pack. So that will make this single most likely the rarest of the bunch, and to no fault of his own. I mean, you know, he does look amazing, but there is one of each of these in the case, and probably not going to appear in a later case. Like the Racing Reds, they were only in one case. Chases only in one case, etc. Super Chases too. They do not get reissued as the year goes on. And so these are all equal. It's not like there's 2 of the McQueen or whatever in the case. They're all equal, but then you have the 5-pack for those and not Doc. So again, you'll want to pick this one up if you see it. He'll probably sell for more on eBay. He's probably going to become rarer when it's all said and done. Doc Hudson, you know, as it is a very special, popular character, more so than like Flo, Sally, and Ramone. So I wanted to put that out there for you guys. Now, in the description below, I am also going to put the contents for case F and the Walmart version of that case. Fortunately, if you take a look down there, all of these are in that Walmart case. So it's not like Doc will not be at Walmart. He just won't be in that 5-pack. He'll be in the single. All right. So check that out. If you want to know the contents, if you go into Target, Walmart, wherever it may be, expect to see the contents listed in the description below. So let's take a look at the packaging here. You have the Disney 100 logo there. They're calling it 100 Years of Wonder. Lightning McQueen, and then you have it in 4 languages, being Spanish, French, and Portuguese, I am pretty sure. And then they have iconic characters from other Pixar movies because, well, other Disney, these all I think are Pixar, but it is just a celebration of Disney, not necessarily Pixar. You have Sully from Monsters, Inc., Woody from Toy Story, Dory from Finding Nemo and Finding Dory. You have Lightning McQueen in his Cars 3 paint job. Thank you to those letting me know that this was Miguel from Coco. I love that movie. It brought me to tears. I just couldn't remember the character, the main character's name. That's that. And then Mrs. Incredible from The Incredibles 1 and 2. You do have the Cars logo up here, which looks pretty good. And yeah, pretty typical packaging all around. Now, they are using the Cars 1 version of McQueen, which I found pretty odd. I'm kind of surprised about that. If you ask me, hey, what version of McQueen do you think they're going to use? I would have put a good amount of money on them using the Cars 3 version, because that is what, excuse me, they have done, you know, for other special releases like that gold McQueen that I showed you and the Racing Red version of him, both done in the Cars 3 model, even though the Racing Red version used Cars 1 graphics, like his Cars 1 paint job. On the back here, again, you have the Disney 100 logo, along with the 6 special ones available. Now, again, I can't come out and say like, oh, hey, this is that. But if I was speculating, this is it. It's not like, you know, a couple months down the road, voila, hey, the King, Chick Hicks are here now. We have Disney 100 versions of them. This is probably it. So enjoy it while it's here, right? All right. I don't think we should speculate about what's more to come in this series. It's kind of like a one and done thing, in my opinion. But yeah, they all look great in these computer generated images. I hope they look just as good on the diecast. Now, one topic I want to talk about in this video is, if I was tasked, if Disney and Mattel or whoever came to me and was like, Mr. Dockett, you seem like a pretty smart guy, maybe. Could you come up with the 6 characters that we're going to release from Mattel to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Disney? They're all going to have this white metallic silver paint job, and then one part of them will be highlighted in their normal color. And I'd be like, cool, let me get back to you on that. Now, I'll tell you right here, I would have definitely chosen Lightning McQueen, Mater, and Doc Hudson. And I think it is a pretty good decision to do him in the fabulous Hudson Hornet paint job, even though they're omitting some of the decals on the hood and roof. Like you can see, this is another silver version of him from Tomica, and you can see how many decals that they just decided to omit. So that is a little strange to me. I feel like, you know, also he has his white wall tires instead of the racing tires. They kind of just, I don't know. I feel like you gotta go one way or the other, Mattel. You either go all regular Doc Hudson and you make like his hood metallic blue like you do with Mater and Sally, or you go all in with the fabulous Hudson Hornet paint job and you include all the decals. Now again, I understand, you know, that again, you know, that's not what they're doing with McQueen. He doesn't have all his decals, so I see the aesthetic they're going for. Same thing with Ramone, but I don't know, it seems a little incomplete to me. Anyways, I would have picked those 3 to do. I do think I would have gone with regular Mater though. I think they use brand new Mater way too much in their special edition type releases. Of course, they did Racing Red Mater, but it was actually really Racing Red brand new Mater. I had this silver custom version of him that I just showed earlier, and I will compare the Disney 100 version of him to in his review. But this is how you do it. I mean, this is basically a Disney 100 version of regular Mater. You know, he's still got his open hood there, but it's just painted in silver. You know what? It would have been cool maybe to make his doors the metallic parts or something like that. Either way, I probably would have tried and make regular Mater work instead of brand new Mater. Plus, the colors on Flo and Ramone are very similar, and the reason I am like so familiar with that is because, you know, I printed out these backgrounds to use as the thumbnails, and if I were to put you on the spot right now, which is which, who's going to be used for what, you might not be able to tell me. I decided to do this one for Flo and this one for Mater, but they really are interchangeable. Their colors are super similar. Now, Ramone, I probably would have gone with, because you know, he's such an iconic character. There's so many variations of him. It just makes sense to put him in here. But I also wanted to look historically at what they've done in these celebratory releases, celebratory type series. You know, they did the Pixar Fest line, and they did 2 versions of Ramone in that line, right? They did the gold one and the white one. So would I do him again? Well, he didn't get a Racing Red release. I don't know about that. Now, Sally, Laney, McQueen, and Mater did get Racing Red releases. So again, do you look at that and say, well, Sally kind of already got her attention there. Oh, what do we do here? And then here's another interesting thing that I wanted to talk about. It almost seems like this and the Racing Red line should have been switched in terms of their character selection. The Racing Red line should have been celebrating the 15th anniversary of Cars 1, right? Like, there was no special anniversary for Cars 2 or Cars 3 that year. That was 2021. So I guess it was the 10th anniversary of Cars 2. All right, I guess I kind of get that. But it was the 4-year anniversary for Cars 3. And yet they included Cruz Ramirez and Jackson Storm. You had Francesco Bernoulli in there for Cars 2. I feel like that selection of characters would have made more sense for the Disney 100 releases, just because it's a more holistic, kind of all-encompassing, you know, you're not pertaining to a specific Cars movie, right? This is all about Disney, so it doesn't really matter what movie you're pulling from. But for that, it was truly, you know, meant to be the 15th anniversary of Cars 1, and yet they took, you know, half of them from the other movies. Okay, so that also bothers me a little bit, and, you know, it kind of factors into my decision of who I choose for this line. Now, it really is tough for me, but I would probably stick to Cars 1. I do like, you know, the idea of a Cruz Ramirez one, just because she's become so iconic. But the other characters from those movies, I mean, I certainly wouldn't do anyone else from Cars 3. Like, absolutely freaking not. Nobody from Cars 3 is important enough to be included in one of these lines. Cars 2, you can make the argument Finn, Holly, or Francesco are pretty important. I'd probably lean toward Finn, just because he is the, you know, basically the second main character in that movie. Holly would certainly be cool. I probably would not do Francesco, but here's what it comes down to, guys. I would do Lightning McQueen, Mater, Doc Hudson, Ramone, the King, and Luigi and Guido. Yeah. I think Luigi and Guido got snubbed here. They absolutely deserve to be in one of these lines. You know, they were in the second Pixar Fest line, okay, but no Racing Red. They deserve to be in this line, guys. I think we all can admit that Luigi and Guido have become some of the most prominent characters in the Cars franchise. They go with McQueen wherever he goes. You know, sure, Sarge, Fillmore, Mater, they're a part of his pit crew, along with Luigi and Guido, but who goes along with him on that road trip to the Demolition Derby? Well, Luigi and Guido do, right? And of course, you know, Mac is transporting them all. So I think Luigi and Guido needed to be in this one. The King just would have been such a cool, oh my God, I want to say bad something, you know. He just would have been great, just so iconic. And I think they could have made his decals in a nice metallic light blue, kind of like Sally's color up there. So that's probably what I would have gone for. I think Sally and Ramone, or Sally and Flo, aren't the best. Like, I think they look cool. I don't love Sally. The hood looks a little bit out of place, and same thing with Mater there. It's kind of like, well, shoot, what do we do for them? They don't really have any decals, and so they're like, the hood looks good enough. I'm not a huge fan of that. They made it look all right, and I'm excited to open it up, but yeah, I know I'm rambling here, guys, but truly this is a conversation I wanted to have, and let me know in the comment section below who you would have chosen for the 6 in this line. Like, seriously, I want to know who you'd pick. Maybe you can make a good argument for someone else. I think Chick Hicks could be made an argument for. I think Smokey could be made an argument for. I think Finn Holly, absolutely. Sarge Fillmore, 100%. I don't think you can make an argument for Sheriff, though. Sorry, Sheriff, my guy. I don't think you can make an argument for a character that really has had no lines since 2006. But yeah, guys, now I'm just going to briefly show them here. Again, we'll talk about them in full on detail once I give them, their own videos, but the backs are the exact same for everybody. They do have a special packaging here. You can see that all the corners are cut on an angle and it, dips in, whereas a regular packaging is, it's got the rounded corners and it's very rectangular, whereas here, cut, you know what I'm saying? So they came up with a new packaging design for these, which is pretty nice, although I'm not really sure why. I don't think anyone would have really batted an eye if they didn't, because these are just in the main line. A lot of people thought they'd be like a separate series like Pixar Fest, exclusive to Target, but no. Mattel is kind of consolidating everything, like holiday releases for the most part. Yep, put them in the main line. Easter releases, put them in the main line. Cars Toon releases, put them in the main line. Expanded Universe releases like Hot Rod Steve Herschel, put it in the main line. The main line just the answer to everything these days. You got kind of an oversized character like Doug Krankle. What do? Cancel the deluxes, put them in the main line. So I find that kind of funny. It would have been nice if they gave each of these like their own little artwork here, but I understand why they didn't do that. I do understand that. And here is Sally. I like her expression. But yeah, it's going to be so much fun comparing them to all their respective versions. Sally, how does she look with Racing Red Sally? Again, how does she look with this factory custom silver one I have? How does Ramone look with that white Pixar Fest version of him that's honestly quite similar? You guys let me know, what are your thoughts on this series in the comments below. Who would you have done? McQueen, Mater, Sally, because those are probably the mainest characters of them all. And then you toss in, I don't know, the King, Smokey, and Cruz. Hey, that's actually not bad. What do you guys think? I am so curious to hear your thoughts, concerns, whatever the hell you got in the description comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you soon for another one. Bye now.